Have you ever seen a craft project that has that really awesome crackly coat to it? You know, when you're looking at the project and it looks really aged because they have a crackle coat appearance. Well, I want to show you a couple of different ways that you can get that crackle look, and it might seem like it's hard to do, but I promise it is very easy, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Hello my crafty friends, it's me Lisa the DIY Diva. Welcome back to another video. And I wanted to make this video because I've seen some comments from people that they've tried to get that crackle look and they haven't been able to achieve it. So I thought it would be really fun to show you step by step how you can get a crackle coat appearance. And there's actually two different ways that you can do it. So these two projects, this one and this one, both have a crackle coat applied to them. One I was able to do with Elmer's glue, and one I did with Folk Art Crackle Coat. Can you tell which one is which? They both look pretty good. Let me show you step by step how to get that crackle appearance on your projects. It's super easy and you will be so happy that you know how to do this. Okay, so I have these pieces of wood that I got from Dollar Tree. They were the Harvest Pumpkins. And I'm going to use this chalk paint by Tommy Art. This stuff is really fun to work with and I love the metal lids. So this color is black, brown, or brown black. And I'm just going to paint a coat of this over top of the green paint that was on this piece of wood. And this is my base coat. So I did make sure to paint all four sides. And then I repeated the same process on the other piece of wood. So these are both identical pieces of wood that I'm going to be showing you how to get that crackle look on your projects. Now, once my wood was dry, I came back with my Elmer's school glue and I literally just poured some of the school glue onto the wood surface. Next, I came back with a large paintbrush and I just spread the glue all over my project. I wanted to try and keep the glue nice and even, so I used the paintbrush to really get rid of some of the excess glue as I worked my way around the piece. I did use my heat gun just a little bit to help speed the process along. If you don't have a heat gun, you can use a blow dryer if you're going to be doing this project. Now, if you're using the Elmer's glue to get the crackle coat look, you need to apply your top coat when the Elmer's glue is tacky. The surface is a little bit tacky. So I took my top coat, which is just acrylic paint, and I painted that all in the same direction across my project. This is the secret to getting that crackle look. You want to make sure your brush strokes are all going in the same direction. So for this project, I found it easiest just to start at one side and move across the wood. You don't want to move your brush back and forth across the painted surface. You only want to go in one direction. If you go back and forth, you're not going to get that crackle look. I wanted to show you what this looked like as it was drying so you can actually see that crackle take place. I'm using my heat gun so you can see the crackling. So I have a brand new piece of wood and I was able to make it look aged. Now let me show you the same crackle coat, but I'm going to use Folk Art Crackle Medium. This is more expensive than the Elmer's glue, but it works really well. So I just take the Crackle Medium and I paint that over the surface of my project. And you can see it's super shiny when it's wet. Even when the Crackle Medium is dry, it's still very shiny. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm taking the same color paint and I'm brushing it in one direction on my project. So as I work my way down the piece of wood, my brush strokes are only going from one side to the other, never back and forth, always going in the same direction. The more paint that you put on the project, the larger the crackles are going to be. And you can see the crackling is already beginning at the top of my piece of wood. I did go ahead and use the paint on all 4 sides of the wood. Now I just speeded it up a little bit so you can see the crackle coat happen. So here are both of my pieces of wood identical as far as the paint. You can see this is the Elmer's glue one. Definitely has crackles. And then this is the Folk Art Crackle medium. I think they both look really good. So now what I'm going to do, I want to show you a finished project on each of these. So I'm going to take some matte finish Mod Podge and I'm going to paint that across the surface of all of the crackle coat. So I have this cow print. One is on a piece of paper and one is on mulberry paper. The mulberry paper is definitely a little more see-through and it has some texture. I wanted to just show you can rip it, but I decided to cut out the cow. And once my wood has completely dried, I'm going to take my cutout of the cow, put it onto the crackle coat wood, and then I'm going to use my small heat press and just secure the mulberry paper to the wood. I do have a Teflon sheet over top of the paper to protect it, but using the heat press, it reactivates the glue or the adhesive in the Mod Podge and then it makes it stick. What's really nice about this technique is you don't get any wrinkles in your paper. So now I'm going to do the same thing. This is the Folk Art Crackle medium, but I'm going to use this pretty bee paper. And I found both of these prints on Creative Fabrica. I will leave a link in case you wanted to get these prints for yourself. So once I had the paper in place, then I took a drawer handle and I secured that to the top of each of the projects. And I wanted to be able to use it for a different season, so I just used some scrapbook paper that has more of a fall theme. And I did the same thing with the Mod Podge, and then I used the Teflon sheet and secured the scrapbook paper to the back of my project. Then I used my hand sander and removed the excess scrapbook paper. Next, I came back with another piece and used my hot glue gun to secure it in place. Then I used different scraps of ribbon and material to make a very rustic bow. I'm not the greatest at making bows, so I find that if I cut strips of material and tie it in the center, I can have a really nice rustic bow for my projects. Then all I have to do is secure a button to the center, and then I can secure it in place on the finished project. So I actually created 4 different pieces that I can use in my decorating. This was such a fun project. It was really easy to do. The Elmer's Glue Crackle Coat looks just as nice as the Folk Art Crackle Medium, and the Elmer's Glue version is a lot more affordable. Out of these 2 projects that I made, which one is your favorite? Do you prefer the cow or the bee? Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. So what did you think of my projects? Those were actually both very easy to make. I wanted to show both the Elmer's Glue version of how to do Crackle Coat along with the Folk Art Crackle medium. And I wanted to show both of them to you so you could see that even with the Elmer's Glue, you do get a crackly appearance. For my example, yes, the crackles are a little bit larger, but I think that has a lot to do with how much glue I put onto the piece along with how much paint I put onto it. And I wanted to show this to you. This is actually one of the very first pieces that I did the Elmer's Glue Crackle Coat with. The crackles, again, are a little bit larger, but I put a lot of glue on this panel And actually it's a Dollar Tree Easter sign, but I was just practicing with different colors. There isn't one method to getting the crackle coat appearance. The biggest thing that you need to remember is when you're applying the paint, and it doesn't matter if you're doing the Elmer's glue version or a Crackle medium, the most important thing is you've got to keep the paint going in one direction on your paintbrush. It's when you start bringing the paint back and forth, that's when you run into problems. So keeping all of the paint strokes going in one direction, that is going to give you the awesome vintage crackly look that you've been looking for. And for these projects, I really like the mulberry paper that I used. This was my first time using that type of paper and my Mod Podge technique. I really love trying out different techniques of painting, and hopefully this video is helpful for you so that you can master the crackle coat as well as decoupage and a whole bunch of other painting techniques. I want to share those with you, so be sure to subscribe to my channel, and if you click the bell notification, you can get an alert when I have new videos coming out. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.